Hello and welcome to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. I am your host, Ryan Gilbert. Joining me, as usual, is my co-host, Joel Meyer. Joel, been a long time here. How we doing?
Well, today I'm riding on fumes, but for a very good reason, which is that Canada are once again top of the hockey world. Hell of a game, hell of a tournament. I was looking forward to it from the jump. I didn't think that it'd be anything like an all-star game, but it exceeded expectations. It really felt like a true gold medal game. It helps too with the geopolitical stuff. Trump saying we're either going to annex us, and the Canadians booing the American anthem in response. So it's been very fun that way. So there's stakes in multiple fronts. We could talk about it some more. But for now, I'm like top of the world. Barely slept last night. Just partied hard and listening to Canadian music alone. So doing good.
Listen to some Nickelback there. I saw the Team Canada locker room was playing some.
That's right. Yeah, not a Nickelback guy. In fact, my dad did Chad Kroger's Floor.
Really?
He said he's an asshole. That's as you might expect.
Okay, yeah. It was a hell of a tournament. A lot better than I expected. I wasn't sure what to expect with it, but yeah, with political stuff getting involved, even without that, like the fight right off the jump in the round robin game, and then that game being close, and then obviously that was going to be the gold medal matchup or championship matchup, whatever you want to call it, between those two. Like I would have loved to see just I know Sweden beat the USA and Finland took Canada to overtime and everything, but just like a best of 3 or best of 5, Canada versus USA, Sweden versus Finland, because like those are the two big rivalries, and I feel like that would have been huge. And I was shocked to see all these players playing through injuries for this. Like they're going to go back to their there's games tomorrow. There's one off day for these guys, and some of these guys might not be playing, but yeah, they took it dead seriously and got a great championship game.
Yeah, that would make more sense, the best of 3 thing for this kind of tournament. But of course, I like the idea of, at least 8 teams involved. And, there's always the possibility of upsets and whatever, especially because the rest of the world is catching up to Canada in terms of quality with more and more elite players playing outside our borders. But, for this tournament, that would have been a lot better. I mean, those 2 games were awesome. Canada-Sweden, that first game, though, was probably the second best game of the tournament. It's been fun. I could do the whole podcast just talking about that game. That was the most fun and emotionally invested I've been watching a hockey game since the Avs won the Cup, I guess. Even now, though, nobody cares about the Avalanche in Vancouver, but obviously everyone cares about Canada here. So it's actually more of a communal victory, a shared sense of victory here. So that made it extra special. So yeah, that was absolutely incredible. Can't wait for next year when we win it again, the Olympics this time.
Yeah, I was looking at the Olympic groups for next year, and unless Russia's not banned anymore, which I imagine they'll still be banned, like the U.S. group, it's U.S., France is going to replace Russia, Latvia, and like another country like that. So I mean, USA has an easy group. Yeah, next year we're going to see maybe Connor Bedard on Team Canada, maybe see if Celebrini takes the jump. Like plenty of guys that either Pietrangelo might be healthy and want to play. Plenty of guys that did not get the call might get the call there. But what that game showed me is that, Team Canada has the big game players. Like we shit on Jordan Binnington, came up huge against Austin Matthews. Jack Hughes was invisible throughout the entire tournament. Like only guy they had was Jack Eichel. He wasn't great in the championship game. The Tkachuks were clearly injured. Matthew Tkachuk not even playing much. Brady Tkachuk probably doesn't have the norovirus. Surprised he wasn't shitting on the ice out there. And putting in Chris Kreider for Kyle Connor was kind of surprising to me. And then, benching Kreider after his horrible turnover. So, yeah, I mean, Team USA just has guys that came up small, and Canada, McKinnon, McDavid, Binnington, like Crosby, these guys have done it before. So, I mean, that was the difference to me. And I would love to see these 2 teams go at it fully healthy because, I mean, with get Quinn Hughes in there, get McCarr 100%, get who else do USA not have? McAvoy was a big difference maker in the Saturday game. So yeah, I mean, very excited for the Olympics now.
Yeah, you mentioned the Canada has the game breakers. There was a graphic on the screen before overtime started that the Canadians had double the amount of overtime NHL playoff goals than the Americans did. So you're absolutely right about that. I thought that Austin Matthews might have been the best player. Brady Tkachuk was elite on the forecheck. Jacob Slavin, immense defensively. Werenski had a hell of a tournament. And that was the one player featured by Cash, 25-1, I'm top American point scorer. Thankfully, he took over from Fox on the power play, although I don't think the power play did much anyway because there weren't any fucking penalties in the tournament. So yeah, that was a good result. Paid for all the other player features. Hoping maybe Crosby would get it at the end there, but no, McKinnon's probably more deserving winner. He's been the best player of the tournament, I think, overall. So yeah, that was a tournament, and of course I've got a bunch of more parlay ammo with Canada, so including OKC Thunder, Scheffler Masters, Sinner US Open when he's finally able to play again, etc.
Yeah, my big sweat last night was the under 5.5. So once it was 2-2 in the second period, I was like, oh fuck! Like the third period is going to be tight checking, but as long as it gets through that second intermission, which it did, overtime seemed inevitable in that one. And yeah, it would have been interesting to see who got the MVP if USA won it all. I mean, McKinnon, a worthy recipient for Canada, but like Werenski led the whole tournament in points. I saw one of Bulljack's friends bet on that accidentally. Slavin was great. He wouldn't have got it.
Do you think he meant to tail me in my bet or MVP? Probably bet.
Probably the top point scorer for the team, not for the whole tournament.
He's like, 75-1.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was good there. But yeah, I mean, Brady Tkachuk could have got it. Hellebuck maybe could have got it. So it would have been interesting to see if USA won, who would have got that. And I read like voting took place with 10 minutes left in regulation, which, McKinnon deserved it, but McDavid getting the golden goal maybe could have been a.
No, he had a terrible game. He was garbage the whole game except for when he scored. Yeah. No, I don't have a problem. I do have a problem with them not waiting a little bit to tally the votes or whatever. You can wait 10 minutes as they get it together.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to be immediately given out.
That's what we said last year about the Conn Smythe. Like it should all be electronic now. Like, okay, final horn, you have 10 minutes to get your vote in.
Yeah, you can think about it before the goal goes in. Like
like it doesn't make sense. But yeah, Bulljack says, he meant to bet most USA. But I mean, great payout there for Zach Werenski. He had at least a point in every game. So yeah, he was.
Yep, and Bulljack was betting that every game too.
big cash cow there for Zach Werenski. So yeah, I would love to see him out of Columbus on a good team, see what he can do. Because I mean, he's in the Norris conversation right now. He's not going to get past Quinn Hughes or Kyle McCarr unless they're both hurt for a while. But like, if he was on a good team with a good power play, he would definitely be right up there with them.
Well, Blue Jackets have a good future. They have a strong young team. These are those young Russian guys are really coming together. Yeah. And Blue Jackets should be good for a while, especially in a weakening Metro division.
Yeah. Right. March is right around the corner. Gear up for March with Merch Madness. Promo code Madness for 20% off in the SGPN merch store. Get all those Hockey Galen podcast merch there. Joel, anything else you want to touch on about Four Nations or anything about with big slate here?
Just that, I had tears in my eyes today just listening to the clips of Chris Cuthbert call the calls and listening to John Cooper's press conferences, talking about Sidney Crosby and all that. Like, really moving stuff today. But let's get into Wild Red Wings. This would be quite the come down after what we were experiencing, the epic game last night.
Yeah, that's good. We got a 14-game slate here on Saturday, February 22nd. Kicking things off, like you said, at 12:30. I think this is a national TV game, either ESPN or TNT here in the States. Got the Minnesota Wild -108 at the Detroit Red Wings -112. Over 5.5 is -120. Under 5.5 +100 here. I saw today that Bill Guerin said Kaprizov is going to be out longer than they expected, so he's still out for the Wild. It's like Jared Spurgeon is day-to-day. He missed practice recently, so they're still battling quite a few injuries. But I think I still like them here at -108, right here in a pick 'em. We've talked about how the Red Wings are kind of frauds. They're only – who they had at the tournament? They had Larkin for Team USA, who played pretty well.
That's it.
And that's really only – and Lucas Raymond on Team Sweden. But yeah, he was –
I always forget about the other two teams.
Yeah, he was done after Monday. Minnesota, Zuccarello finished. He was maybe there. Gustafsson was there. Got some time in.
Zuccarello's Norwegian. I know it's an Italian name, but he plays for Norway.
Yeah, so I think just Minnesota's, better team. They're great on the road all season long, 27-3. So I like them here minus 108. I'm not playing a ton of totals on this Saturday because you don't know how these teams are going to go. Like even don't even bet too much on these sides here because you don't know how these teams are coming out of the break. You got guys who were either beat up in the tournament or guys who weren't on the ice at all. So I think Minnesota has a decent mix of both. And just I don't like the Red Wings at all. So yeah, Minnesota minus 108 here for me.
I agree with you. The Wild also had Gustafsson there with the Swedes and Brock Faber with the Americans.
Yes.
So yeah, that's not ideal. That's the theme here of things that I bet. Just looking at the players that were at the tournament, especially the ones who played on Thursday. Yeah, it's if they're Canadians, they're still drunk, celebrating, or they're Americans, they're pissed off and beat up as well. So yeah, I'm looking at the teams with a few of those players that were over there. Also, we know there's a trend with these after longer layoffs or after holidays where the away teams tend to do better because it's more of a business trip than the teams that are still at home. So yeah, for those reasons, give me the Wild here at minus 108. I think they're still a better team, even without Kaprizov. And yeah, we've been saying for years now, Red Wings are fugazi. So yeah, Wild here for sure. Kind of like down to 5.5. The under's been killing it last couple months in the NHL in general. Plus, neither team has much of an offense. So yeah, probably not betting the under. Although maybe I will. It's an afternoon game here, and yeah, it's correlated with the Wild too. I think so. Give me the Wild. Give me the under.
Yeah, Wild also had Joel Eriksson for Team Sweden, who got some good praise there during the tourney. Right down to 1 p.m. here. Got the Edmonton Oilers minus 192 at the Philadelphia Flyers plus 160, under 6.5 minus 130, over 6.5 plus 110 here. Flyers had Konechny not playing. He got a nice piggyback from Brad Marchand to get his medal there. There's Travis Sanheim filled in pretty nicely there for the Flyers. John Tortorella also for Team USA. Obviously, Edmonton had Connor McDavid, who was invited on the Flyers plane back to Philly, but I don't think he took that, according to a tweet I saw. Unsure if he'll play on Saturday. Even without him, I think Edmonton here has to be the play. Flyers are getting all their injured guys back. Ristolainen, Tippett, Paling. Pelletier is finally going to make his team debut. Kuzmenko's back. But yeah, Edmonton here. Draisaitl's had the whole break off. Hyman as well. I just think they're the much better team. So minus 192 is a bit steep. Maybe the puck line plus 130. As for the total, maybe on over 6.5 plus 110. Sam Ersson played great in his one game against Team USA on that Monday. But yeah, I don't really have anything for this one.
Yeah, if you don't, then I probably don't either in a Flyers game. But I think that I would go the other way, if anything. I just talked about the away teams and all that. But plus 160 is a pretty big number here for a Flyers team that are playing pretty well, but not getting the results all the time. And yeah, the Oilers, coming off the break, maybe lost a little bit of their groove, and they're playing like the best team in the league. So this is not a game I bet, but if I had to bet it here, I would be looking the Flyers' way. And the total. The under 6.5, maybe the GC minus 130. So the under 6 would be the play if I had to bet a total. But again, this is probably not a game that I'll be betting.
Yeah. All right. We are brought to you by Edge Boost, the premier Visa debit card for bettors. An Edge Boost card allows you to avoid the hassle of having your card denied at the sportsbook, DFS site, sweepstakes site, racetrack, or casino. Plus, you can earn up to $750 per month in cashback rewards for using your Edge Boost card. And your money is safe as the card is FDIC insured. The best part is no credit checks and is completely free. Sign up today. Use promo code SGPN to get better cashback rewards and instant tier 2 status. That's edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. And mybookie.ag is your place to bet every sport, plus props for every game and the live dealer casino. MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of locations. Easy deposit and lightning fast payouts using crypto. Head to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000 plus a $10 casino chip. That is mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. All right, here at 3 p.m., we got the Washington Capitals minus 166 at the Pittsburgh Penguins plus 140, Over 5.5 minus 120. Under 5.5 plus 100. Joel, take this one.
Did the Capitals have anybody over there? They had
don't think so. No,
there's a lot of talk about wanting Tom Wilson.
Tom Wilson for the USA game, yeah. But no.
I don't think anyone else joined up. Logan Thompson too was another one who was desired, but that turns out that Jordan Binnington was absolutely phenomenal. And then it's like the Game 7 in Boston when they was with the Blues. So yeah, unbelievable saves in that overtime. Anyway, so I'm looking at the Capitals here. Crosby, of course, after another phenomenal tournament. I don't think that it is an Ovechkin rivalry game, if that still means anything. I don't even know if Crosby's going to play this one. I know a lot of these guys will be taking breaks. But still, yeah, Capitals here, minus 166. Road team, I think that they are a far superior team. Penguins one of the worst teams in the league, really. I know they've been playing a little better lately, but still far below the Capitals level. And the under, once again, I like another under here. With both teams not exactly putting the puck in the net. And Penguins defense a little better than it was to start the year. Goaltending a little better as well. And the Capitals, we know how elite their defense is and their goaltending too. So under 5.5 and the Capitals for me.
Yeah, love the Capitals here, minus 166. I imagine this will get higher when Crosby is confirmed out. I know they were talking about in the broadcast a lot. He wasn't taking faceoffs really much due to a hand injury. I can't imagine he'll get up for this game. But like I said, it's an Ovechkin matchup, but still, I could see him, even if he does play, he's not going to be 100%. So Caps here had no one. Their snubs are going to motivate them. So minus 166. They won 4-1 at home last month, outshot them 32-19. So I think going on the road here, they're 19-7 into Pittsburgh. Just not a good team right now. So like the Caps here, minus 166. Also love the Caps. Third period goal differential is 72-33, and the Penguins are getting outscored 73-57 there. So Caps are like one of the best, better than the Golden Knights in terms of third period goal differential. So look out for that for live betting for this one and moving forward. All right, down to 530 now. Got the New York Rangers minus 118 at the Buffalo Sabres minus 102. Under 6.5 minus 120 with the over 6.5 at plus 100 here. I think I got to go with the Rangers here at minus 118. We're talking about the road teams on the business trips here. These teams kind of have similar records. Rangers slightly better, but I don't think the Sabres are nearly as good as the record shows. They've had a good streak going into the break, won 4 in a row before losing in Nashville. Rangers have kind of turned it around. They've been very up and down though this year. So maybe a smaller play on the Rangers at minus 118. I did see Shesterkin was day-to-day a few days ago. Did not participate in practice. I'm not sure if there's a goalie confirmed for tomorrow yet. But if he's in, I'll definitely go with the Rangers. Otherwise, I might stay away. This could be one where I do take an under if it is Shesterkin against Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. But this might just be a pass game for me.
Right. Quite a few players on the Rangers in Four Nations thing. Adam Fox continues to underperform. I don't know what happened to his game, but he's been absolutely brutal this year, especially compared to how he was like 2 years ago when he was being compared with Quinn Hughes and Cale Makar. But obviously that's no longer the case. And JT Miller also had a rough tournament. That's a low line though, minus 118. The Shesterkin thing could have something to do with that. It's I want to back Buffalo, but minus 102 is just not doing it for me. I need something a little better than that, but I'm not touching the Rangers right now. They're too inconsistent. They're just not playing good hockey. The underlying stuff is still pretty bad, and the power play isn't as good as it was in years past to compensate for that. So kind of like the Sabres, but I need a better number than minus 102. And the total I might like an over here at even money, the 6.5. The Rangers games, they're terrible defensively, and they still have a fairly high octane offense. And the Sabres, even under Lindy Ruff, and he's trying to get them to play more defensive, they're still pretty weak in that regard, and the goaltending not much better. So over 6.5, kind of like that, and kind of like the Sabres. But I think the over 6.5 is the only thing I might actually bet.
All right, down to 6 p.m. here. Got the Seattle Kraken plus 200 at the Florida Panthers minus 245. Over 5.5 minus 125. Under 5.5 plus 105. Joel, back to you.
Yeah, Panthers had the most players of any team at the tournament, including 3 that played last night. And Reinhart, Kachuk, and who am I missing?
Sam Bennett, goal scorer.
Yeah, of course. Another elite big game player. Credit to Mitch Marner too. Like I was making fun of him during the game, but he actually came up with 2 of the best plays of the game. Those 2 assists. So credit to the 2 Leafs showing up in a big game in Boston for once. Anyway, I like the Kraken here, even or 2-1 with the Panthers. Their busyness, and Kachuk, of course, isn't going to play. He's pretty banged up. He didn't even. We played 5 minutes in the first period, and that was it. So it must be a real bad injury. So he could be up for a while. You were saying that you bet the Leafs to win the division now because of that.
Yeah, they're at I got plus 210. Well, it's the best number on the board. I mean, I see they're like plus 160 elsewhere. Their point percentages are very close, and they have an easier schedule the rest of the way here. So I expect Chuck to take it easy in the regular season, knowing that they have a playoff spot. They're probably going to be second no matter what. I think the Leafs are going to add. The Panthers don't really have as much room to add. So I think the Leafs at 2-1 or better for the Atlantic is a good bet right now.
Well, if the LTIR Kachuk, we could add pretty easily. But yeah, that's not a bad look. Anyway, give me the Kraken here 2-1. They're well rested, road team and all that, and it's just a big number, healthy number for a team that's. I don't think they're going to be quite up for this one. So yeah, Kraken 2-1, I like that. Under 5.5 as well. I mean, Panthers, their offense is still flying high, but their defense and goaltending is definitely taking a step back this year. But it's still a Kraken game, and they're not very good at scoring either, or not very good at scoring in general. But just the Kraken bet for me at 2-1.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I got to take the Kraken if anything here. I mean, Panthers aren't going to have Kachuk, might not have Reinhart or Bennett. If they do, probably not going to be 100%. So Kraken are a decent team. It's not like it's the Blackhawks or the Sharks coming out of here at 2-1 against the Panthers. It's Seattle. I mean, they got a decent group there. I think they'll be able to get Dan Bilesma, get a good game plan to go against the Panthers, who are shorthanded a bit. So yeah, 2-1 or better here for the Kraken is a price I would take. I guess I would look to the under if anything here, but probably not going to touch the total. Just a smaller play on the dogs here at plus 200. All right, down to 6 p.m. again. Got the Colorado Avalanche minus 135 at the Nashville Predators plus 114. Over 5.5 minus 130. Under 5.5 plus 110. Joel, right back to you.
Once again, we got a bunch of players who played in this game for the Avalanche. Of course, McKinnon, Makar, and Devon Taves, all of whom played elite. By the way, but Makar hit when he missed the American game. That was the crucial difference. The American forecheck just crushed the American defenders without Shea Theodore too. So the 2 best puck moving defensemen were out of the game. So Makar being in for the gold medal match meant everything, even though he was kind of at fault for the first goal. But anyway, that's definitely a disadvantage here for the Avs, road team and all that. But still, they're gonna be flying high after that win. Predators out of side here, plus 114. I know it seems like a low number considering where they are in the standings, but we know that they're a better team than the points number reflects. So yeah, plus 114 for the Preds would be my play, and the total. Kind of like down to 5.5. Predators struggle to score. Still good defense. Saros is concerning. Like he's been deteriorating all season long. Even as the team gets better, he gets worse. But the Avalanche do have a very good defense, and the goaltending is there too with Blackwood. But this is another total I'm going to stay away from. But I have bet the Predators money line.
Yeah, I like the Preds here as well. I mean, we're fading these teams that had guys play the night before, or Thursday night. Like I don't see why they didn't do the championship game Wednesday, had 2 days off afterwards, but I guess they wanted 2 days off after the Monday games.
I really wish it was a Friday so I didn't have to fucking work today and I'd still be sleeping.
I thought you may have taken off all week with your trip, but
I should have.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, McKinnon and McCarr, Taves, we'll see if they play. Nashville's close enough to Boston, I guess, where they can get down there and get rested enough tonight into tomorrow. It's not like it's a day game or anything. But yeah, Nashville, like you said, much better than the record shows. They're 500 at home, 13-10-3. Colorado 17-12 on the road here. Saros should be good after playing. Did he get pulled in that Finland game when Lankinen got put in?
He got hurt, they said.
Oh, he got hurt.
He did get pulled, but not because he let in the goals.
I thought it was injury. Okay, yeah. So he should be good to go here. Nashville home dogs. I think it's a good price. Yeah, plus 115, plus 114, whatever. And yeah, I could see the Avs having those players announced as out, and this coming down to closer to a pick 'em. So get this price while you can, and keep an eye out for those lineup news on Saturday. All right, down to 6 p.m. again here. You got the Dallas Stars minus 112 at the New Jersey Devils, minus 108. Over 5.5 is minus 118. Under 5.5, minus 102 here. I was shitting on Jack Hughes a bit at the top of the show. Just a small game player. It makes me very wary of the Devils in the playoffs coming up. I know you talked about it last year. You need to have these teams that have kind of been in it before. So I'm kind of liking the Canes more now in the Eastern Conference. I think it's going to be Canes might be a clear number one. I guess we'll see what they end up doing with Rantanen. There's talks that they may flip him. So we'll see what happens there, but not very confident in the Devils' futures here long-term this season, and not too confident either side this game. Looks like Nico Hischier is day-to-day. Jack Hughes played Thursday night. Markstrom's still out. Stars still have Heiskanen out. Labushkin's day-to-day, or was before the break here. So if anything here, maybe the Stars minus 112. They were decent going into the break. Kind of tough road trip there. Devils have been very up and down, alternating wins and losses in their previous 7 games. Not good at home, 15-13. So Stars here, if anything, minus 112. Might take the under, though. Under 5.5, almost even money, minus 102. These are 2 of the most profitable under teams this season. Should be getting Ottinger, I would think, against Jake Allen. And, Devils have been playing decent defensively. So, maybe just the under 5.5 at minus 102 here for me.
Historically, we've liked to fade the Stars from there without Miro Heiskanen, but Thomas Harley coming back. I assume he's going to play. He was awesome for the Canadians, stepping in there in relief for who the fuck, Jay Theodore and Morrissey there when he got sick. But yeah, when you're talking futures, I'd rather talk about that than this game. It makes sense to me. Kind of would like the Stars, but I need Heiskanen in there, and he's going to be out for some time yet. This is an interesting game in terms of futures. I added some Star stuff in addition to my massive Knights portfolio, and Devils too, way back when. But yeah, the East is just crap. It's wide open, so you could see a team that's, had struggles historically, like the Hurricanes or even the Leafs. God forbid, because there's nobody good. There's nobody good in the East. So any one of these teams could theoretically just cruise. So yeah, that's interesting. Something to monitor going forward. So for this game, I got nothing really. The total, maybe I kind of like the over a little bit. No, not for any particular reason, just gut instinct, I guess. But yeah, it's not something I'm gonna bet. But this looks like a good game, even with a few key players not playing.
Yeah, I'm not betting anything on the Canes now because we talked about it before last playoffs. Like, it's very rare to see much better odds now compared to when the playoffs start. So I'm not going to have that money tied up, but just something to watch with the Devils prices and Canes prices moving forward. All right, we are brought to you by Underdog, NBA, NHL, college basketball, whatever your sport, you can cash in big with Underdog Fantasy Pick'em. Sign up with promo code HGP to claim your special pick and first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code HGP. And make sure you check out Rhythm, the #1 AI-powered sports betting platform that helps provide bettors of all levels the ability to build custom predictive betting models in seconds. Build your own model, copy one of the top performing models from the leaderboard, or have Rhythm build your model for you. college basketball, NBA, and golf. Rhythm has it all. Claim your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. All right, down here at 7 p.m., we got the Anaheim Ducks plus 170 at the Boston Bruins minus 205. Bruins puck line plus 130. Under 5.5 minus 112. Over 5.5 minus 108. Joel, what do you got?
I have another away team that I like here in the Anaheim Ducks. Big number here for a team that were actually playing pretty damn good hockey for the past month. Maybe this break ruins their rhythm. But I still like the number here with the Bruins playing pretty inconsistent hockey. You know, they still have a good home record, but they'll be without Charlie McAvoy, who of course got hurt in the game against Canada, or actually got hurt in the first game, and then he played the game against Canada and got infected or something. Like, I don't know what happened there exactly, except that the Boston Bruins are pissed off at the Minnesota Wild medical staff, which is great. But anyway, no McAvoy here. That's a big concern. Giving the Ducks plus 170, I think that they are far closer to the Bruins in terms of their talent than this line. So Jess and the under 5.5 is looking pretty good. We know about Greg Cronin's defensive style. Ducks not a high scoring team, and of course the Bruins are the Bruins. So under 5.5 looking pretty good as well as the Ducks money line.
Yeah, Ducks were great going into the break. Three wins in a row, won 6 of their past 7. Only loss was in Calgary there. So they're getting back up to 500 there. They're playing a lot better. And Boston, yeah, McAvoy's out for them. They're still without Hampus Lindholm, obviously, from a while ago. So, yeah, they're not going to – I mean, their top pairing is Zadorov and Peak, and then Callahan, Carlo, second pairing right now. So, I think the Ducks have enough depth. They have 3 lines that can kind of score there a little bit with Zegras back to kind of exploit that a little bit. And yeah, plus 170, just too high of a number, like we said, with the Kraken there a few games ago. So, yeah, Boston has been very up and down this season. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Brad Marchand there as a pending free agent, especially now with McAvoy out potentially for the season. I've seen. I mean, we have to see what happens with his infection there. So, yeah, give me the Ducks here, plus 170. Small play on the on another road dog. All right, down to 7 p.m. again here. Got the Winnipeg Jets minus 130 at the St. Louis Blues plus 110. Over 5.5 minus 130. Under 5.5 plus 110. Yeah, Jets have Hellebuck and Josh Morrissey. Both are going to be out for this one, according to this guy from Winnipeg Free Press. So, yeah, it's going to be Eric Comrie and then not Josh Morrissey on defense, who is their only good defenseman. But then again, you have the Blues here who have Binnington coming off that big win. I have to imagine they'll give him the night off and give Joel Hofer the start. So
yeah, Blues play on Sunday. So
yeah, they'll definitely give Binnington that extra day. So yeah, I mean, maybe the over 5.5 here, minus 130, over 6 at minus 105 and other books to not have to pay that juice with Comrie. Battle of the backups here. As for a side, I guess I'd go with Winnipeg minus 130. We know we hate the Blues as a podcast here, so yeah, I'll think minus 130 is a bit low for Winnipeg. Still have Scheifele, still have Connor, still have all their offensive pieces here. So yeah, Jets and the under or over, just in the over.
Right. This is a line that moved a little bit high for the total, naturally because of the expectation that the backups would be playing. So that explains the line move here, but I did bet the over, and I still kind of like it even at this higher price. The side, though, is a mystery to me. I don't really got anything here, but if anything, I would just take the Jets here at minus 130. I mean, they are still a far superior team to the Blues, so even without some key players there, I would not be looking to back St. Louis. So yeah, Jets money line if I had to play a side, but I like the over more, which is a rarity in a Jets game.
Yeah, Jets won 8 in a row going into the break. I forgot about that. Maybe they're not having their second half collapse. Like
no.
All right, down to 7 p.m. again here. Got the Chicago Blackhawks plus 145 at the Columbus Blue Jackets minus 175. Under 6.5 minus 125. Over 6.5 plus 105. Joel, what do you got here?
This is not a game I've really looked too hard at. I think Werenski's the only player who played, at least last night. So nothing much going on there. Columbus Blue Jackets, they're playing fairly well. I know they're much better at home than on the road. So yeah, Chicago's second worst team in the league. Their offense is really fallen apart this year. Bedard has not played nearly as well as he did last year. So yeah, even at this steep price, you don't really look to lay minus 175 at the Blue Jackets too often. But in this case, against Chicago, I don't hate that. You do save for a smaller play on the puck line or in regulation, something like that. But I'm not looking to back this road team in Chicago just yet. So yeah, as long as Werenski plays, I'm happy with the Blue Jackets. He was incredible in this tournament, and hopefully he keeps up his form, at least for this game, and doesn't somehow weasel his way into the Norris conversation. But yeah, that's another topic for another day. But I think they won't make the playoffs, and they'll need to do that for him to win at all. Although he shouldn't even be in the conversation compared to the season Quinn Hughes is having. So yeah, but Blue Jackets here in some way. Nothing I'm doing on the total.
Yeah, Blue Jackets really kind of stumbled there into the break, lost 4 in a row, three wins before that, all in overtime. Hadn't scored more than 3 goals in any of their last 7 games there. But I'm kind of looking at the Blue Jackets team total over 3.5 minus 105. Chicago really has no defense. Seth Jones formally requested a trade today. I mean, he's not going to get traded. He fucking signed that contract there, so probably have to play that out, or they'll have to do something to get rid of him there. But yeah, Chicago really has no defense. You can't lay minus 175 on Columbus. I don't know if I trust them for a puck line at plus 145. So I think team total over 3.5. They're close to even money. Maybe an over 3.5 in regulation will be close to even money, or plus money even if it's minus 105. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to really end up betting this one. Maybe Blue Jackets, if you want to throw them into a parlay or something. They are great at home. 17-6-4 with Chicago on the opposite of that, 6-17-4 on the road. So yeah, I mean, 2 kind of bad teams, but I think Columbus is pretty slightly better. All right, down to 7 p.m. again here. I got the Montreal Canadiens plus 150 at the Ottawa Senators minus 180. Over 5.5 is minus 122. Under 5.5 is plus 102 here. Sens, of course, had Brady Tkachuk play in the Four Nations final. He was battling something, probably some illness there. They were up and down going into the break. They had the 5 wins in a row, thinking might have a chance for the division. And then they went down to Florida, and they were reminded where they stand in the division there. But Montreal also has been really, really stumbling here. Lost 8 of their past 9. Only win was in San Jose. But I can't. Or Shane Pinto, Josh Norris are also both out for this one for Ottawa. So I can't get that minus 180. I can't back the Habs even on a hockey night in Canada plus 150. So this is going to be a pass game for me.
Right. Sens are just too banged up. Missing both their centers is crucial. They had a bunch of guys playing at this tournament too. We had the Allmark, Jake Sanderson, and you mentioned Brady Tkachuk. Yeah, I bet the Habs plus 150. I like that quite a bit. Senators just too banged up. I know the Canadians have not been playing at all well lately. They've been highly up and down this season. But hopefully we get some turnaround here and get to over 75.5 points, because that's one of my bigger preseason positions. Yeah, for this game, give me the Habs plus 150. I like that quite a bit. Another road team. Ottawa's just really hurting right now. So that's the bet I like here. Total, the over 5.5, kind of. I'm not touching this total. There's a good case made for either the over or the under. So yeah, staying away from that.
Yeah. All right, down to 7 p.m. again here. Finally, a good game. Got the Carolina Hurricanes minus 122 at the Toronto Maple Leafs plus 102. Over 5.5 minus 122. Under 5.5 plus 102 as well. Joel, what do you got here?
I got the Hurricanes. I think that they are a far better team. I think the Maple Leafs have been just too reliant on goaltending all season long. Of course, Matthews and Marner, they're coming off that big game. Slavin, of course, for the Hurricanes, and he was absolutely incredible in that one as well in the losing effort. But yeah, Hurricanes be bigger favorites here than -122. I think they are significantly better than the Leafs, even with Stolar's back, but still could be a little rusty. I think he only played, 2 games since coming back from injury, something like that. But yeah, and after another break, not ideal. So give me the Canes, -122. Actually, I think Stolar's played for a couple weeks. Anyway, give me the Canes. I think I like them a lot better. The under 5.5, I mentioned that Leafs goaltending. Their offense is pretty pitiful, to be honest. And of course, Marner and Matthews both playing Thursday will not help. So I like the Hurricanes here and the under as well.
Yeah, right there with you on the Canes. Seth Jarvis, played well in his time. He had a few chances there. He could not bury for Team Canada, but he's going to be on the top line there with Aho and Renton in there. I think -122. It's a bit higher than I would like, but I mean, it's kind of what you expect here with the Leafs potentially being without, or at least not 100%, Matthews and Marner. Carolina just a much more sound team, better. I'm not sure if it's better coach now with Berube in there, but just a better system. They grind them down here. Carolina won 6-3 at home back in January 9th there. So yeah, -120 here for the Canes, like that quite a bit. And this could be a Eastern Conference final if both of these teams are able to kind of exercise their demons. I guess more so the Leafs to get to the final than the Hurricanes to get past the final. But two of the top teams in the East here, two of the teams I like the most for the future here. So yeah, give me the Canes -122. All right, down to 9 p.m. now. Got the Utah Yotes +145 at the Los Angeles Kings -175. Under 5.5 -118. Over 5.5 -102 here. I don't really think either team. I guess Doughty played for the Kings last night in the championship game. Don't think Utah really had anyone that I'm thinking about. But I'm also seeing here that both Ingram and Vejmelka are day-to-day with upper body injuries and an illness going into this one. Don't really know who their third goalie is. Not sure who I'm trusting there. So I guess here you got to go with the Kings at -175. They're an insane 17-3-2 at home this season. One of those losses came in a shootout to the Ducks, the final game before the break here. But I think Kings -175 is a good look, especially given the Utah goalie situation. Logan Cooley is day-to-day apparently as well. So, like the Kings here, -175.
I think their third-string goalie played this year because Ingram missed all that time earlier.
Right.
But I don't remember who it is either. But yeah, they kind of like the opposite way here. Another road dog. Give me the hockey club. Kings I know have been very good at home, but the Coyotes are better than their record suggests. They just need to start finishing their chances, and I think that with Dylan Guenther back now, they'll start doing that a little bit more. Logan Cooley being out would not be ideal, but even still, +145. Like that quite a bit. Been back in the Yokes quite a bit lately, but and I think that this is another good spot to do it. And the total, it's a Kings game, so you just automatically look to the under. But I don't know if I'm going to bother playing that. But I definitely don't want the over. So give me the Coyotes.
Yeah, their third string is Jackson Stauber. He's played 4 games this season. He shut out the Golden Knights, beat the Flyers, lost to Edmonton and Anaheim. Save percentage -925. So maybe he's the decent option there for you. All right, down to 10 p.m. here. Last game on the docket. Got the Vancouver Canucks +145 at the Vegas Golden Knights -175. Over 5.5 -115. Under 5.5 -105. Joel, close it out.
It's another road dog of the theme of the show. I said it from the top. Give me the Canucks. Golden Knights, Eichel, Stone played, of course. They lost to Shea Theodore earlier in the tournament. Canucks, thankfully, they had Quinn Hughes rested and good to go. Should be playing in this game. It's not confirmed yet, I don't think. But, he really wanted to play in that final. But Canucks shut him down, apparently. Canucks, I don't think they had anybody playing there, at least not in the final game. I only have Pettersson playing, if you can call it playing, 12 minutes a game. Canucks +145, quite like that. and the under 5.5 as well, with Lankinen coming in fresh off of signing a new deal there.
Yeah.
He got a little bit less than people were fearing, but he got a little bit more term than people expected, with 5 years, $4.5 million. So very big commitment to someone who has been a career backup, but he's earned it with the way he's playing here and with how fragile Thatcher Demko is apparently. So yeah, it's looking like a tandem going forward. Hopefully Demko gets healthy again. But yeah, give me the Canucks, give me the under.
Yeah, this is kind of a toss-up game for me. Not sure how Eichel, Stone, and Hill, I guess maybe they'll just go to Samsonov here. Without Theodore now as well, Pietrangelo is beat up, so we'll see how Vegas deals with that. But yeah, if Quinn Hughes plays, definitely like the Canucks here, plus 145. I think that's really the only way you can look. I know Vegas is pretty good at home, 19-6-3, but Vancouver is better on the road, 15-8-4. I think plus 145 is a pretty good price, especially if it is Lankinen against Samsonov. I think they have the goalie advantage. But yeah, just, if Vancouver's winning, keep an eye out for Vegas live going into the third period. They're killers in the third period, especially at home. But yeah, for the game as a whole, gotta look to the Canucks at plus 145.
One potential landmine is that the Canucks do play on Sunday, and if that means Artur Shilovs plays this game, I'd be very frightened of my Canucks bet in that case, as well as the under. Yeah, if Ken Lankinen is in, and he played, of course, with the Finns there on Monday, but I still think that he'll get the start here against the divisional rival, the Golden Knights, and then maybe Shilovs gets the game against Coyotes, because the Coyotes are also off the back-to-back, so that would make more sense. But still a chance that it's Shilovs in this one, but yeah, just something to monitor.
Yeah, keep an eye out there on the goalies. Good point there. All right, that's the 14-game slate on Saturday, February 22nd. Anything you want to touch on here before we get into the puck bets?
No, I'm fucking exhausted.
All right, let's get right into it here. I got a smaller card here for a 14-game slate, just 7 sides for me. I got the Wild minus 108 for 25, Capitals minus 166 for 35, Nashville plus 114 for 20, Seattle plus 200 for 15, Anaheim plus 170 for 15, and then Winnipeg minus 130 and Carolina minus 122 for 30 each.
All right. Yeah, got a lot of the same stuff naturally. Give me the Wild minus 108, 20 bucks. Capitals minus 166, 30 bucks. Kraken plus 200, 15 bucks. Predators plus 114, 20 bucks. And the Ducks plus 170, 15 bucks. Hurricanes minus 122, 20 bucks. Canadiens plus 150, 20 bucks. Jets, Blues over 5.5, minus 130, 20 bucks.
Juicy.
Yeah, the Hockey Club plus 145, 20 bucks. Actually, make it just 15. And finally, the Canucks plus 145, 20 bucks, and the under 5.5, minus 105. 20 bucks. And of course, definitely betting the away goal salami tomorrow. Yeah, at least on the spread, because we got a lot of road dogs here. Yeah, probably a little taste of the money line as well.
Yeah. All right. There's the puck bets at the 49 minute mark of the YouTube video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube, as well as Apple and Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. You're going to be playing the salami tomorrow. I think goalies are a little bit rusty. Can't really practice game speed.
I mean, yeah, the under that the Slim Jim could be a look, but I hate doing that. I just do the over just for the hell of it. It's not been good in the last couple months with all these unders, but whatever. It's entertaining. But yeah, definitely betting the away goal salami. That's a fact.
All right, there you go. Yeah, make sure you get into the Discord, sg.pn/Discord. Follow on Twitter at HockeySGPN. And I am Ryan Gilbert. You can follow me on Twitter at rgilbertsop.
And I'm Joel Meyer, and you'll find me shouting out the fine city of San Francisco for hosting me for the past week. Very nice place. Had a lot of fun there with a couple listeners of the show, too. So, Shark and PW. Yeah. Peace.
See ya.